You're listening to the Wicked Theory Podcast.
We're very happy to have you back, even for a short visit.
And here we go.
Broadcasting to you live from Mel's Diner because Jay's trying to get Flo's number. This is the Wicked Theory Podcast. Gents, woo! It's another week, it's another show, so we skipped one. Big deal. Don't give me a hard time. But speaking of giving me a hard time, I got Uncle Jay.
Yeah?
Well, I mean, sometimes. And then I got my brother Bob.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
That's it. That's his new calling card. So first person in the chat room to ask me if I'm still sick, Thomas K. I will say I am now sick from something else. So that's how that goes. This is episode 195, and let's just get this out of the way. We do this live every Saturday, or just about every Saturday if I'm not calling out sick. 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Mixlr. That's MIXLR. Download the free app, search for us there, or just go to mixlr.com/wicked-theory. Come hang out, get in the chat room, play the chat room game, and we'll hit you with some pop culture stuff, reviews, other nonsense. Send us email to podcast@wicked-theory.com. Voicemail if you want us to hear your sultry voice at speakpipe.com/wicked-theory. So here we are, and I will apologize to anybody who was in withdrawals or some kind of shock to their system pussies,
Pussy.
because they couldn't handle us not being around.
Because you couldn't handle.
I'm the PUSSY.
Yeah.
Oh, well. Do you want me to get into it?
No,
break it down because
no.
it's disgusting.
No. I think it's
Suffice to say.
I think it's funny.
Suffice to say, I was in the bathroom last week, most of the Friday night, and then on Saturday, there was nothing left in the tank, but the system wanted to continue to purge, we'll say, and so at that point, by the time I got home from work on Saturday, my stomach was actually sore from all the cramping.
Oh, yeah.
And that jingling sound, that was like my bones. That was like my bone structure. I was kind of really wiped out. And I was just like, you know what? I've never called a show on account of being sick, but this will be the first time.
I was going to say, you look a little thinner.
I did lose a couple
You
of pounds.
pussied out.
Yeah, all right, I guess.
I saw you.
I guess, yeah. Thanks, pal. Thanks for backing me up at least a little bit.
I'm kidding.
You always count on
you
your
were pretty out of it.
Yeah. See, I expect that from Jay. You know what I mean?
Well, he's not going to be, when he says it doesn't mean much because he don't live with you. I do.
Exactly.
Yeah, I guess. That's why I expect it from Jay. But anyway, here we are.
Feeling better.
Here we are. Thank you. I am better because that went away, but now, I don't know, just today I started coming down with some kind of chest cold.
Yep.
Some I feel it in my throat.
And me and Bob are going to
stay away from me.
Me and Bob are going to have that later in the week.
Yeah, I'm just going to share it with everybody. I'm just that kind of guy.
I got 4 more sick days until September. So.
All right. Well, here comes one. You're about to burn off one of them.
Right.
No, I don't know. Let's hope this doesn't last. But it's just how it is. So that wraps up my week. I will say, Jay, I heard you on Gotham Lights this week.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I did. You hung out with Henno and Steph.
I did.
You told them all about your personal business and whatnots.
Yep.
All that kind of good stuff. Your experience being on an extra on Gotham's and other shows as such.
Well, yeah, it almost kind of became like an inside the actor studio a little bit.
Yeah, what I loved most was the parts where you let them talk. That was really good stuff.
Oh yeah, it was great. It's not much.
No, but I mean they got a word in here or there.
No, I think because listening back to it, I was telling you before the show how passionate I got about this career. Mm-hmm. This isn't something for fun. This is a career now. And how passionate I'm getting, how excited I am about it. So even just listening back, I don't even remember talking.
I will say that when I was listening to it, like I did notice like the time and that we were kind of covering your thing.
Yeah.
But I was surprised at how engaged I still was about hearing it, especially considering like most of it behind the scenes I've heard before.
Right.
So it was kind of interesting in that regard.
Well, Bill, you do have a man crush on Jay.
Well, I mean, it's mutual.
A bit. Yeah, of course.
All right,
We were
cool.
just,
Dock up later?
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
All right, we're going to...
Yeah.
But we did cover a lot of Gotham.
Tap heads.
Yeah. in that bathroom, all right?
If we even make it to the bathroom.
Yeah, exactly.
Just stay over here then.
Okay, fine. We'll stay in the other room. I'll close those doors. So,
I'll burn the room later.
fair enough.
We did. I did speak a lot about Gotham, though, and just the ins and outs, and a couple of the anecdotes, and
Sure, some other projects, and the overall how it's been going for you. So people, check out Gotham Lights this week. They've got a special episode with our buddy Jay.
Yeah.
And I thought it was really fun.
Thank you.
And if those kids in the chat room, let's see who's in there. Let's see.
Yeah.
Speaking of those people, who do we got? We got. Well, it's a little light tonight. I think we got Thomas K. We got Sammy. We got Agent Palmer, and even you're in there, Jay. I think you're gonna bring the motherfucker.
I didn't realize that.
Sometimes that to me it seems average though, Bill. That's not light, is it?
Well, at least usually, I mean, at some point we might get Wesley, we might get Benny Livewire, you might get James. Well, James is pretty much a regular.
And
usually.
they still might show up.
Right, so that's what I'm saying. As of now, that's a little light. They only have technically 2 people. That's a little light.
Yeah, all right.
Thanks. I know you don't want to agree with me.
Well, no,
But-
when you factor out the Palmer and Jay.
Yeah, you know. So,
But I remember days where we've only had one person in there.
I remember, I think we had at least
And
2
it was
where there was,
Palmer.
thank God for that kid. But I think we've had a couple of times where
No one was there.
no one was there besides Palmer. It was tumbleweeds. There was a lot of that.
Yeah.
But actually, you know what? It wasn't. We didn't even have the crickets. The crickets weren't even there.
Hey, baby
But then we
dolls
started
in
giving
there.
out intros for emailers and.
Right, we started giving. All of a sudden, they're like, "Oh, I wasn't live."
Hi, baby doll. How you doing?
There you go, Steph, baby doll Muniz,
That's right.
Muniz,
Thank you for
Muniz.
having me again.
I'm going to say it wrong every which way she's ever heard it.
I wonder if she's taking Palmer's money yet in Magic the Gathering.
She probably. Well, I don't know. She probably can get him on some 3-card Monty, but I don't know about.
He did help her He did help hook her up with a nice deck.
Yeah.
You know, and
They've been since she's moved in, Jay. I'm not sure if you're aware of this. You might have seen it online. He's kind of corrupted her into Magic the Gathering.
Didn't we speak about this on the last podcast we did? You asked me if I
might
ever
have.
played Magic the Gathering or Dungeons and Dragons or something.
Oh, something.
You
I don't know.
asked
Maybe
me at one
Gotham
point.
Lights. Maybe they asked you.
No, you asked me about it.
Oh yeah, I guess maybe possibly. You know what? It's been a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
I don't remember that. It's too far gone.
Well, no, I haven't played Magic the Gathering.
Neither have I.
But I did say that I was at one of those cons in Atlanta,
Right.
and it was going on. There was
you were
like a game.
beating the people up.
It was 77 hours of Magic the Gathering going on.
Oh, those tournaments go just they're as good as any other
Monster
tournament.
drinks and hot pockets.
Was it? Do they still drink balls when they do those things?
Remember balls, kids?
Remember that?
BAWLS? Like the Jolt Cola for cool people?
James B. Ham in the his.
Oh, he has arrived. Oh, thank God. Thank God. Oh, man, what would we have done without him? That was loud.
What? That was kind of loud. Now I can't hear you.
He said 2 more friends died this week.
Oh, my God. James.
Keep drinking.
James has got the bad news report every
Just when you
week.
think when I think I have bad luck, he comes along.
Oh my gosh. Well, James, good luck to you. Hopefully we can brighten your day. Why don't you play the chat room game with the kids? Maybe this will help you. This week we're going to do zombie songs.
Okay.
So my examples are
songs by Rob Zombie.
well, shit, that would be the easiest way out. Just kind of drop his titles.
Or White Zombie.
Right. Just Dracula.
Kiss fan.
I got Don't Let Me Die, like the Beatles song.
Okay.
Don't let me die. But, Don't Let Me Die. And then
Right.
Raindrops Keep Falling on the Dead.
Oh, very cute.
Very cute. I knew that you'd like that one, Jay. I wrote it specifically for you. I thought maybe you would sing it for us, but that's a no. That's a no. No. That's fine. I can feel it.
You can feel it.
I think another caveat should be no Slayer titles.
No Slayer titles?
No Slayer titles.
Right. Because Dead Skin Mask is
Raining
is out.
Blood.
Yeah. No real titles. If they happen to, like, Wanted Dead or Alive, unless you change it to Wanted Dead, Only Dead, or something like that. You know, no actual titles. We'll put that caveat. But that's funny though. Yeah, every Slayer title is good.
Right.
It
It's
just
kinda,
sounds like that.
Really, it's just. I started thinking about it. I was like, yeah, no, that's too easy. That's too easy.
Two on the nose. The nose.
Angel of Death. Yeah.
God damn it, James.
Maybe you should just exclude metal altogether.
Well, no,
because Metallica has a lot of fucking like dead songs too.
Yeah, but I don't know if that dead is in the title.
But
or that.
in metal is always something that's an easy out.
It's lots of metal, but it's a lot of stereotypical metal, though. I think.
Try to be creative is what I'm asking the people.
Yeah, go for it, guys. Swing for the fences, I guess. You know what I mean?
Right.
We could have narrowed it down and made it like just Disco the Dead or something like that. But I figured zombie songs, go broad. Give them a lot of options, you know?
Burn, baby, burn.
Zombie Inferno. All right, so with that, we're gonna mosey on into our first segment. It's called News.
12 minutes.
At 12 minutes in. Did I fuck something up?
Oh, I don't know. I can't hear my guitar.
I don't know. Yeah. Beep. There we go. Nice. Bob did that all with his voice and his mouth. He's like the Winslow.
And one hand on my testicles.
That's how he gets the hideout. All right. So we got a bunch of stuff, but some of it is just kind of throwing it out there. You know what I mean? There's not much to go too deep on a couple of things. I will just get this out of the way. There's a hashtag for the Oscars called Present All 24, which is about like, you know, if, you know, they should kind of put all the awards on TV, not just a whole bunch of these that are going to be like off to the side. So if anybody's really into that, there's a hashtag to follow. Jump in, get involved. Hashtag Present All 24. You might, you know, well, I don't think they'll ever be convinced to kind of put it all on TV.
No,
but
I think there was a time when I was real little when they did that.
Yeah.
And the thing was like all day. It was like Sunday from like 6 until midnight.
And maybe that's what they should do. You know?
So, but they also let everybody have whatever little speeches they want back in the 70s.
Yeah, that's the other thing.
Because it wasn't like you had a lot of good choices on TV anyway.
Right.
I don't think that they whatever was just released in theaters was ever on TV at the same time. So what I think they should do is for that kind of a film, that just like Vice.
Sure.
If it was just released in theater, and you want viewers at home to watch it, give them the opportunity to at least rent it for a weekend.
Yeah, that should be maybe they push the awards themselves out like another couple of weeks so that there's more time for these movies to breathe.
Yeah, because
I agree with that.
I don't agree with the Oscars being in February to begin with.
It's too close to their own cutoff.
It used to be at the end of March, early April.
Well, I mean, put it wherever you want in the year, but whatever the cutoff is, if it's at the end of the calendar year, then it's got to be a couple of months out. I think. I agree with you.
But if they want viewers at home to watch these, give them an easier way to do it.
Yeah, I think the thing is probably like it's a bit of a carryover from the old days where it was like, oh, we used to have so many months before a movie would get to the home audience that it didn't make any sense to wait. But now it's so short. I know you guys want to push it closer to follow the heat, but might as well just wait another month or two.
Dude, Venom was 2 months.
Yeah. Well, you know, if that doesn't win Best Picture, I'm gonna flip a fucking table.
No, but it just goes to show you what you're saying. The turnaround on these home
it's
videos,
so short.
It's like 2-3 months now, 4 sometimes.
Yeah. So that's that. You know what I mean? If people are into that, go look that up. What I wanted to kind of drop was the last time we were together. Not to toot my own horn, but because my arm would just get tired from all that tooting. Oh, yeah, no, different thing. But they're gonna CBS All-Access is gonna bring Stephen King's The Stand back as a 10-part special series kind of thing, like just 10 and done.
Okay, they're not when they say that, they're not just taking the old one and re-airing it, right?
Cleaning up the special effects.
Right. I mean,
yeah, it's a whole new kit and caboodle.
Okay, but just on CBS All-Access.
Right.
So you're going to have to pay for that.
Yeah, so, if you're already in there kind of getting that CBS All-Access kind of thing, it would be interesting to see more event series like this, kind of like that can only work, as a one season and done kind of a thing.
Right,
like The Stand, like if you stretch that out into a TV show or even like a Netflixy kind of show, it would just like you'd be putting off a definitive ending for too long. 10 episodes is good. Like
right.
3 seasons or something like that's too long.
Yeah, the Stand has not enough periods of action.
Right.
Everything is a really, really long draw.
Yeah.
Every single plot line.
Yeah.
It plays out that way. As they're introduced, you don't really get anything for. I guess would have to be 3-4 episodes. You know what I mean? So you're just learning new stuff all this time. So I think it would get boring.
Yeah.
If you stretch it out too much.
Yeah, that's why I feel like one season in and out, perfect for a thing like that. Mm-hmm. Like as opposed to trying to make it into something that's like bigger than it needs to be.
Well, I want Rob Lowe back.
They're doing the unabridged.
Yeah, they're doing
version too.
Sure, I'm sure they are. You know what I mean?
So I'm sure it's just going to be one 10-episode thing.
Yeah, well, that's I'm saying that's the actual deal. It's just a 1 season run of 10 episodes, maxi series, if you want to call it that.
Who do you think they'll get for Randall Flagg?
Oh, it's a good question. Who's good these days?
Well, I mean, McConaughey was pretty good.
No, it was a relative unknown dude.
No, in the original Stand, but I'm saying like McConaughey in the Tower.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
right?
yeah.
He was the one saving grace from what I understand. Because after everybody told me about that movie, I wasn't even going to bother watching.
I still haven't seen it. And for a Stephen King head as I am, the fact that I still haven't seen.
Yeah, it tells you a lot.
Yeah,
Idris Elba and McConaughey couldn't save the movie. So.
And they're the reasons why you should watch it.
Right. Yeah.
But
anyway,
McConaughey could do it if they got him.
Yeah.
But I mean, for TV, more or less, I say TV. But you know what it is for streaming. What do you think? I mean,
I don't know.
D'Onofrio maybe.
Yeah, I don't think he's got the chops for something like that, but physically and visually, like I don't feel it.
I think he could just kind of like be the mass again. It would be his mass, his size. That whole.
Yeah, but that's the problem. I feel like
from Daredevil.
Yeah, but I feel like that's the problem is his mass and his size.
Yeah,
and
Gerard Butler.
Even Gerard Butler, I feel like he's good, but I don't think he's right for that. Maybe
for Flash, I think he's perfect.
Yeah. Not to me. I mean, I would say I would probably try and find somebody else for that.
Oh, what's his name?
But I can't even tell you off the top of my head.
What's his name?
Jamie Sheridan.
Sam. Not Sam Elliott. Your boy. We were just talking about him. Marty, fucking
Scott Glenn.
Scott Glenn.
Yeah,
Scott Glenn. He's up there a little bit now, but he could do it for fucking sure.
Yeah,
it would be actually pretty good, actually. Yeah.
If you want to go that route.
Is what's his name? Lance Henriksen still around?
Lance Henriksen.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he's another guy where maybe
he's getting up there too.
Yeah, like 10 years ago maybe. So who's the Lance Henriksen of today? I think is what we're asking.
Zac Efron.
That's of tomorrow. He'll get there eventually. All right.
Patrick Stewart.
There are actors
Patrick
not
Stewart,
thinking
man.
of right now. Jamie Sheridan, get the original guy to play Flag.
Bring that guy back. Jesus Christ. Can you bring back the mullet, too? Because that was unnecessary roughness, if you ask me. That fucking mullet, which felt so just tacked on
the
to
whole
his
time.
head.
Who he reminded me of?
Who's that?
The guy in that episode of the Hulk that became the bad Hulk.
He became the other Hulk?
Right?
Yeah, a little bit.
He had the mullet, and he had that whole kind of like sandy face.
Sandy hair. And
the sandy gruffness.
He kind of reminded me at the time of like a low-rent Lee Majors. Like there was just something about his look.
Yeah, I kind of,
You guys see that in him, right? All right, so anyway, excited for that.
Sam Elliott.
We'll put in for Sam Elliott. and
Scott Glenn.
And Scott Glenn. I guess it's old guys only. From what
Rutger Hauer would be good.
What about?
Yeah.
But again, 10 years ago.
Yeah, you know.
Here's
that's the problem.
somebody that needs work.
Yeah.
Jim Carrey. That's a little left fieldy.
You know what? Like Jim Carrey as Trash Can Man.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's inspired casting.
Yeah.
Not to my own horn.
That's actually really
That's
good right
spot
there.
on. Because if you think about it, they had Miguel Frewer.
Matt, he was good.
He was perfect.
Yeah.
You know, he was the old Max Headroom in the original TV one.
Yeah, and he was one of the most perfectly cast people in that.
Yeah. Him, Rob Lowe,
yeah.
Sinise, Molly Ringwald, then anybody else was kind of like,
Right.
Laura San
Tom
Giacomo
Cullen.
was cool.
I forgot she's even in it. Yeah, she was good.
Yeah. What's his name? Tom Cullen. MMON spells Tom Cullen.
Actually, there was a lot of good casting in it. Now that I think about it,
A lot of good TV casting.
Bill Fagerbakke.
from
Coach.
Dauber.
Yeah, Dauber from Coach.
SpongeBob, Patrick.
Does he do the? I didn't know. I didn't know. That.
SpongeBob.
Hey, I didn't know that he does that voice. Okay, that makes sense.
Good for him though. Good for him on that one.
That's a good
gig.
That's a good gig.
Good for him. Because he played a dummy all his career, man. So let him make some money.
Yeah. I mean, you gotta be pretty smart to pay a good dummy.
Yeah, you do.
So speaking of smart, I'm gonna throw this into the ring. I know Jay. I don't think you caught it, but me and Bob were into it last year or the year before, whenever it was out. Legion.
Oh yeah, you bringing that up now?
Yeah, well, little.
That's a good topic, always.
Sure.
Ed Harris.
Ed Harris. I could dig it as Randall Flagg.
Yeah, and he's in The Stand briefly. He's the general, like kills.
Yeah.
He's the guy that. But
right,
I think right now he'd be perfect.
I could work with that.
I had to spit that out. I'm sorry, Legion.
No,
I'm
it's
sorry.
fair
Go
enough.
ahead.
No, it's fair enough. Especially because I'm getting a lot of Ed Harris lately from Westworld, but I can see it. Pardon me. Yeah, so Legion's coming back. They agreed that there'll be one more season,
Yay.
a final season.
Yay.
But they're going to bring Professor X in,
Yay.
which is all great.
Yeah. They actually picked somebody who was pretty cool. I think is going to embody it, the TV version, the Legion version, perfectly. Mm-hmm. You know, they made a good choice. A nice slim guy.
Yeah, slim guy. And when I was looking up his picture and I was looking at him and trying to picture him without hair on his head, I was like, actually, he looks just like a comic book version of Professor X. A little bit textbook.
It's a little on the nose, actually.
But
and he's got the acting chops. He's in Game of Thrones, was it?
Yeah, he's from Game of Thrones, and I couldn't peg him, to be honest with you. So he might have been one of those guys that was in there for like half season or something.
Right, but it also might be a good thing because if he's that good an actor, you wouldn't notice him for who he is.
I guess. And the last thing I got in here is a little bit of an announcement for that there's a rise in anthology stuff getting picked up now. You know, Philip K. Dick's got his stuff. Twilight Zone is coming back. Creep Show is getting made, and now they've just kind of picked up the old EC Comics Weird Fantasy.
Okay, cool.
The estate of the creator of Tales of the Crypt and Weird Fantasy and a whole slew of these.
Oh, Gaines.
William M. Gaines. The entity that controls his estate and stuff like that is made a deal, and they're gonna shop it around. I don't think there's a network connected yet, but Weird Fantasy, is one of these anthology books from the back in the days where it was really kind of crazy and over the top. But one of the other things that I thought was pretty cool is that they're gonna put into the works for a movie about Gaines's life. And for me, as a comic book nerd, this is really big because this goes back to something I think I've mentioned here before, that I've always wanted to see a movie about the comic book congressional hearings in the 50s and the burning of comic books, all this kinds of stuff, this real kind of turn the country had against comics, which is all started under false pretenses and all this kinds of shit. You can look it up if you want to. But Gaines at the time was a big proponent and had to speak out a lot. It was in those hearings because his comics were actually the comics that were pointed at the most because of the over-the-top horror and these kinds of elements. But he was a big So, he had to kind of defend himself and all this stuff. So there's an inherent story there, I'm sure, for his life, his life story.
Yeah, it sounds like there's a potential for a Hollywood movie there.
Right.
A lot of drama.
So, thank you, Hollywood Reporter, for jumping to some other article and fucking me up in the process. All right. That's pretty much it. Bob,
yes.
we are going to skip over that first one you got in there, only because we're pushing it to the back end.
Okay.
Because we have other stuff that fits with that.
Okay.
So let's jump into that other one you got then.
All right. So, this is kind of quick. This is just basically in case you didn't realize, right? Because we all know what's going on with Marvel over at Netflix,
right,
with the cancellations going on, and how everything's probably going to be canceled, and we're not going to see it again for a while, even possibly on Disney Plus,
right?
Because of the contract that they have at Netflix. Well, other things are happening with that whole thing concerning Captain Marvel and the movies. Basically, Captain Marvel's not going to be on Netflix.
Right.
You won't be able to see it there. You can see it anywhere else, but because of the deals that they have,
right,
there's an issue with airing Captain Marvel on Netflix. It will not be on Netflix, so you have to be able to watch that elsewhere.
Yeah. So Disney Plus will be the only place to find it streaming. Is what that actually is. And it's just it's a signifier of the world to come.
Yeah.
That. That's the official first Marvel movie that will be there.
We're going to be splitting. Yeah, it sounds like more and more we're going to be splitting up into movie houses, movie companies,
and their services. Yep.
So Disney will be doing it. I'm sure Universal, right? Universal's got one coming, right?
Yeah. So I wonder I'm sure it'll probably still play out to the cable networks like HBO and Cinemax and stuff. Like, I think it'll probably still do that cycle.
Yeah, it'll have to be there's got to be like a month exclusivity after.
Yeah, I mean,
release or something.
I do wonder, does that mean that you won't be able to watch it on HBO Go because that's a streaming service? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What's the finer points of all this?
Yeah, how is it going to affect the current upper levels of streaming services?
Right.
And these guys like HBO and Showtime, who are basically these little houses in comparison.
Chest cold. And not for nothing, if I was HBO, I may not have too much of a problem with it. Like if Disney said, no, you guys could have it, but you can't put it on the streaming. You can only air it on your network over basic, you know what I mean, over your cable service. I think that would be all right with that, because that would mean okay, you have to watch the cable service.
Right.
You can't, you can't get it all on the streaming. Some of it you have to watch live.
Yes.
To
you think maybe you would end up with the industry basically saving the cable industry?
Well, I think if they made it so that there's this window where you can only watch it on TV. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's either you bought it already or you can watch it on HBO on your cable top. Yeah, maybe it's a way to kind of keep eyeballs over there.
Right.
But kids, that's the first one to go Disney Plus exclusive in a sense.
Start getting used to the idea, because this is not going to be the first.
Yeah.
It's just the first.
Right. All right, Jay. Over to you with a little bit of. Speaking of the chat.
Speaking of the chat room game.
Yeah, it all ties together, I guess.
So Zack Snyder.
I remember him.
You remember that guy, right?
Yeah, we drank at the bar once.
Zack Snyder is actually going back to Zombieland. If you recall, he teamed up with James Gunn.
Yeah.
And did Dawn of the Dead, which you never saw, you said.
Right. Yeah, it's true.
All right. Well, fuck
I'm
you.
sorry. I failed you. I failed you.
Fuck you for that. Well, anyway, he's getting together and doing a film called Army of the Dead.
Right.
And this is going to be a zombie horror thriller for Netflix.
Ooh.
So he will direct and produce with his partner, his wife, Deborah Snyder.
Sure.
And that's all we're going to say about that.
It's kind of like all we really know.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
So update on The Batman.
The Batman.
Which is the DC universe, the new DC universe's standalone Batman film.
Yeah.
Where it's going to be released in 2021.
Right.
With no Ben Affleck.
Which is a strange thing to do.
Right.
We're going to lock in that date. But the actor just walked out.
Yeah, so the rumor mill is that they want to go younger, which blows continuity right out of the fucking water.
Yeah.
And pisses Uncle Jay off. So I really don't have much more to say about that either, except that, you know.
Zac Efron.
Yeah. Well, Zac Efron is going to play Ted Bundy.
Yes, right.
And that's perfect fucking casting.
Yeah, that works.
Because he looks just like him.
Yeah. Any thoughts on who you'd like for the Man Bat?
Well, don't go young. Keep the continuity. Make him older.
Tyler Lautner.
I heard a rumor.
The Gambit kid?
No, that's the.
Oh, that's the
Twilight.
Twilight. Yeah.
Black-haired kid. He's been blackballed by Hollywood though.
That's well, you know. Someone's got to suffer for that movie.
But I'm very excited to talk about this Dune property.
No thoughts on who for Batman?
None comes to mind right now. I'm drawing a blank. I should have.
Right. I'm trying to stall a little bit. I was pulling up. I had put up a poll.
Well, I do know some of the rumors. There's a guy named Jack O'Connell. He's an actor. He was in Unbroken, which was that World War II film about the guy that survived. He was a POW.
Okay.
That survived.
All right.
And then someone, ironically enough, because Bob just said Twilight, somebody had mentioned Robert Pattinson. Which would be terrible. Although I'd
rather see Tyler Lautner, honestly.
Yeah, I have a newfound.
No
respect.
offense to Robert Pattinson.
No offense to Robert Pattinson at all, really, because I saw a film with him that blew me away.
Yeah,
and he blew me away in it.
Yeah,
a film called Good Time.
Yes,
but wrong for
this
Batman.
Yeah.
Chris Pine.
Right. Okay.
Chris Pine. Maybe too many franchises for Chris Pine. I would say. What's his name?
Christopher Walken?
No, too old.
Have him be Alfred.
Well, here's the thing.
Master Bruce, the car needs gas. Lots of gas.
I would say this.
I need the card.
You would have to come to the conclusion of whether you would want him younger or older.
Right.
And then from there,
yeah,
start picking.
Yeah, I think the thing... a lot of people are going like Armie Hammer, and I think he's close, but he's not like, you know, if you want to be a little consistent, he's not really old enough.
It's about 10 years between him and Affleck.
Yeah. So I had put it out, didn't get a lot of votes, but my options were John Hamm, Armie Hammer, Josh Brolin, or just an unknown person at this point, like someone who's off the radar completely.
Ham would
Jake Busey.
All right, with the non sequiturs, Bob.
John Hamm would be nice.
Yeah, John Hamm I think is the closest kind of like counterpart to what Affleck was bringing to the table. But most people are like, give me an unknown. 45% people.
That's good.
And I like that too.
Daniel Craig?
As Alfred, as a young Alfred. Because he's British.
Okay, but that's easy.
Not too unknown, though.
Yeah. It's got to have some kind of proof of concept.
If you go too unknown, then there's a lot riding on it. You know what I mean? It's almost kind of like Brandon Routh when he did Superman.
Yeah, and the studio probably wouldn't want somebody too unknown either. Bob?
Mark Wahlberg.
All right. I did say no more non sequiturs, right?
Dwayne Johnson.
Jay, what's your next?
So what I am very interested in is, as we spoke on briefly about here on Wicked Theory, that they're remaking Dune.
Yes.
They got Denis Villeneuve, who did the sequel to Blade Runner, Sicario. Oh, God. Why am I drawing a fucking blank? Oh, God.
Give me something else. Ain't it?
Prisoners.
The French film there. It's Charlie Hunnam.
The Rock.
Charlie Hunnam and the other kid. No? I'm thinking of something else.
No, this is the guy that did Prisoners, Sicario, and Blade Runner 2049.
Okay.
Joe versus the Volcano.
He,
Wow. I'm not laughing because it's funny. I'm laughing because it's not stopping.
Wow.
Bob is on the highway to Sequitur Street. I had nothing. I shouldn't have said that.
Anyway, so Dune is getting redone by Legendary Pictures.
So got some casting updates.
So Timothée Chalamet, who is a new actor that's in Beautiful Boy, he's a really good actor.
Okay.
Basically, he's going to be the lead.
All right.
But Javier Bardem just got pulled into that. The reason why I say Timothée Chalamet because he is like an Oscar-nominated actor now.
I guess I just don't recognize him.
He's got a lot of. He's A-list now.
Okay.
And so that's pretty exciting to put into this property. Javier Bardem. We're looking at Oscar Isaac, Rebecca Ferguson, Stellan Skarsgård, Dave Bautista, and Charlotte Rampling. I mean, these are all A-list actors and actresses going head-on into this big, huge film.
There you go. There's one that just went right by the radar that's actually pretty good. Dave Bautista.
For Batman.
I'm not even kidding. Give him a shot.
Physically, yeah. Like, you don't need the whole costume Ben Affleck was wearing. I get you. You'll save money on the costume, maybe.
But let him do the let him do a sound test. Let him do a screen test.
You make him he can be Bane.
He can be Bane any day of the week.
That's what I'm saying.
But
I don't know if he's got the chops. You know what I mean? Granted, it's Batman. There's a lot of gruff. But what we're talking about with this Batman movie is a Batman movie where he's finally actually like a detective, and he's actually, it probably will feel a little bit more like the Dark Knight stuff, where it's a little bit more cerebral, or, Boba Fett. Batista could be Bane from the chat room. So.
All right. What about Kyle MacLachlan as Alfred?
Well, he's getting to the point. He's getting up.
I was originally going to say Kyle MacLachlan for Batman, but I had to stop myself.
Pierce Brosnan. For Alfred.
For Alfred, yeah.
And to wrap this Dune thing up.
To get back on point.
Fair enough.
To get back on point,
yes.
One of the screenwriters adapting this is Eric Roth, best known for Forrest Gump, The Insider, Curious Case of Benjamin Button, Munich, all these A-list films that have won countless awards. So we're in good hands.
Shaping it up.
This doesn't seem to be... I know you could take or leave this property.
Yeah, I'd like to be impressed by it. I just never have been, really.
This is an opportunity to do Dune right, and maybe even do it as a multi-part thing so they can make a couple $billion.
That's definitely the plan.
You know what I mean? Because it's so long to begin with. It's got to be like 2-3 hour movies.
Yeah, well, yeah.
You know what I mean? So do it as like 3 movies.
Sure.
So I'm actually thinking that this is probably going to be like a 3-hour installment, and then he's going to set the fucking structure and then have other people go in. But this is exactly what it needed. It needed A-list people, some A-list writers really giving it a serious fucking makeover.
Well, it was one of those properties that was like kind of beyond its time for Hollywood. When they first did it, it was like one of these projects that was it was epic in the making. That was just the process. I mean,
it might have been
was
too
monstrous,
audacious of a thing. In the end,
didn't it take like 10 years to do? I mean, it was crazy.
I mean, probably from like when it first got optioned to finally get made, probably because I think it changed hands a couple times before they settled on.
There's a doc.
Yes, right.
From Alejandro Jodorowsky, who is a very underground filmmaker.
That 3 times fast.
Alejandro Jodorowsky, but he was so damn obsessed with the project.
Right.
And this was in the 70s that they actually made a documentary about the film he never made. But he's got like this big, huge art book.
That's right.
With all the stuff in it.
For his version.
But David Lynch, of course, made it. It has its followers. It's got a cult following. People love it. It stands the test of time of stuff that people love when they were kids.
Yeah, it's definitely a cult classic. It's got its own following. So.
You never dug it. You weren't a part of
it.
Yeah,
I couldn't get into it either.
But
it's got a young, sexy Patrick Stewart. I will give it that.
But and Sting.
And but Sting we know. Sting is the image burned into my head of him wearing his space Speedos and nothing else, and his bright red hair. And everyone's like, "Yeah, John Constantine, right?" I'm like, "Not from that picture." But anyway.
And then there was a miniseries in 2000. I believe it was
Sci-Fi Channel.
Sci-Fi Channel.
Multi-part. Yeah, they gave it a lot of money, but it didn't land. I don't think how they wanted it.
And that did get a sequel. Again, but I think they were limited to the especially. Made for TV at the time.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to it. I hope you are too, Chief.
I'll give it a fair shake and a chance.
So also on Wicked Theory, we have an In Memoriam.
I don't
give us the taps.
I'll give us a little jogger.
So, Albert Finney,
right,
legendary actor, over 50 film credits.
Sure.
5-time Academy Award winner, probably best known for portraying Tom Jones, which was his big, not Tom Jones,
it's
the
unusual
singer.
to be loved by anyone.
Called Tom Jones. But to have his last credit be Skyfall, not bad, my friend. Not bad at all. He's an Eric Brockovich. He passed away at 82. Godspeed, sir. Thank you for all you've done. Ebenezer Scrooge, that's what I meant to say.
Okay.
Not Tom Jones. He's known for doing that big Scrooge film in the 70s.
Oh, the one. Okay.
He also played Hercule Poirot, Murder on the Orient Express. Then Tim Burton snagged him for a bunch of stuff. Big Fish being the biggest one. And Dick Miller, who is a B-movie guy.
B-movie guy, A-list movie guy, but always like character actor. One of those character actors as soon as you see me, like, oh my God, this guy has been everything.
Lovable to death. Bursts onto the fucking film scene in the 50s and westerns. Roger Corman gives him a starring role in Bucket of Blood. In all these Roger Corman films and all these Roger Corman films he produced at directors.
Okay.
And when they went on to A-list stuff, they would bring him into that kind of stuff.
Right.
Joe Dante, because Dick Miller is best known as playing Murray Footerman in Gremlins. Goddamn foreign cars. You know what I mean?
I forgot he was even in that.
He's also the gun dealer in the Terminator.
Okay, yeah, he's one of those guys where like,
hey, guess what you see, pal?
Right, gruff, older dude.
Yeah.
Like, get off my lawn, kid. But not that guy. He's playing some other guy.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So he passed away. He was 90. Long life, thank God.
Yeah.
Over 200 films probably to his credit.
Pardon me.
So Godspeed to you, sir. Thank you for all you've done. 181 film credits according to
Goddamn
IMDb. We're going to move this over to Bob because Bob has an in memoriam
this week as well.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing, guys. Everyone knows Rocket Raccoon from Guardians of the Galaxy.
Indeed.
Right?
Sure.
Not everybody knows that Rocket Raccoon is actually based on a real-life raccoon.
A real-life person?
A real-life person of a furry nature.
A raccoon that talks like this?
Yeah, kinda.
Guys, I don't know about this.
So, his name is Oreo, and he passed away.
Oh.
He's not going to be able to make it to see Galaxy 3 because of all the stuff that's happened.
Well, I'm looking at a picture here of the two of them side by side, and I will say that I hope Oreo got some kind of cash for his likeness.
Yeah, because it's a dead on, right?
It's a direct lift,
yeah,
basically.
Basically.
They tweaked it a little bit, but not by much.
No,
this poor guy.
They kind of streamlined him slightly, but that's about it. But he's actually been on the red carpet for the last two.
Oh, wow.
So he did get a little something out of this.
Okay.
He got some fame.
Yeah.
You got to feel the fame,
Godspeed.
So
great
rest
thespian.
in peace to
Great
Oreo,
thespian.
the raccoon, the real-life model of Rocket.
Yeah.
Yep. I do kind of wonder if Marvel might
Do it in memoriam?
do something like for his tombstone. At least.
we might get an in memory of Oreo at the end of like the next one.
Got to
If
be.
everybody even remembers.
It's got to be at least in the real credits, right by where they do the animal stuff.
So, fans, if you're listening, we say goodbye to Albert Finney, Dick Miller, and Oreo the Raccoon.
So
Thespians.
Yeah, thespians all.
thespians all.
Godspeed.
Although
Godspeed.
Oreo actually had a little more in common with Andy Serkis.
Technically, kind of.
I'm a little choked up.
I'm a little choked up. It's the music.
It's that cute raccoon face and knowing that raccoon's dead.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm a little verklempt.
All right, just take your time. Take your time.
I'm okay.
It's all right. I'll vamp it up a little bit. I'll set us up.
What
into
do
the
we
next,
got? What do we got next?
I'll move us along.
Are we gonna do the meanwhile? We're gonna do the check game.
don't know. I don't see anything from our agent in the field that stuff's ready to go just yet. So we'll just keep rolling.
All right, keep rolling.
Might be a little slow moving in there.
Someone gets a girlfriend and they fucking slack.
Oh, well, you never know. Like sometimes with these chat room games, they just don't.
Don't stick up for him.
I'm not sticking up for him. I'm trying to just stick up for myself because I might have given a shitty chat room game that doesn't really work. You know,
Agent Voyage Home.
It was one of those ones where, like, it came out, like, in my ear, like, you mushed it up, but you didn't, and it took a second for my brain to, Voyage Home, he said. Yeah. Oh, that's funny, actually. Yeah. All right, so we've got a couple of shows. We've been watching stuff, folks, while you were away, and we were away. But we'll try not to bury you with too much. Netflix put out a show called Russian Doll.
Watch your mouth.
Sorry. Well, she should, because... It's quite interesting. It really is a show that I'd rather people went in and didn't know anything, but I think enough people know enough about it probably to dismiss it. So Natasha Lyonne is the main character, and if you know her a little bit, which you may not, but if you see it, you'll recognize her right away. She's always kind of like a real person, like, you know what I mean? She kind of... You can almost swear that she's not acting, you know what I mean? She's just a little too grounded and real in her brashness, kind of a thing. It's usually kind of her thing. But this starts out kind of, it's going to feel like, oh, it's Groundhog Day with a woman. But there's more going on. They play with the idea of being stuck in the loop and having this certain amount of period of time start over every time you die. Mm-hmm. And the rules are a little different for how it works in this place, but it's a lot of fun watching this character type as opposed to like a Bill Murray character type who's very much an everyman. This is a person who's like, nah, this shit's not fucking cool. Like, you know what I mean? This is not, nah. It reminds me of like how a person like Jay might be different than like a character like Bill Murray, where it's like, nah, this is fucking bullshit. Like calling it out, like kind of a thing. And she's a mess as a person, as a character. She's great. Like, you know, she gets a little too drunk. She's a little too promiscuous. She, you know, there's a running joke about this fucking joint that may or may not have coke in it. Is it coke? Is it not? But one of the things that's a little different is that like to restart the loop. When you die, you start it when you die in this, as opposed to like every time either Bill Murray either died or went to sleep, it was pretty much that same day.
Right.
It was only that day.
Right.
You couldn't go past the day. She can here. It's just until she dies again. Granted, she dies a lot because what's the fun in not having it reset? But they're really doing something different over here. It's only 8 episodes on Netflix. I really enjoyed it. Half hours. I burned right through it. I dug it a lot. So if
I
anybody,
love Natasha Lyonne. She's great.
She's great. It takes place in New York City. It feels very homey to me. You know what I mean? So give it a shot. I think it's worth the time. And another show which I was very surprised I had as much fun with it as I did is a Hulu show called Pen 15, but that's elite, or that's that you know, that kind of writing that kids do, the younger generation, where they replace letters, so it looks like it says penis. It's not Pen 15. It's actually coded internet typing for penis. Right. So this is about 2 girls who are going into 7th grade. Yeah, they're 13. They're going into 7th grade. But the 2 actresses are 30 years old. It's the creators of the show, but they're acting against real 13-year-olds. And it's a fucked up kind of show where it's like, you know, it's about like the crazy, awkward weirdness of being 13 and the shittiness that is kind of going to school and the awkwardness that is kind of like going through your fucking development stage, you know, as a kid. And it's really funny. I related to it a little bit too much, even though it's about a couple of girls. Like, you know what I mean? The whole school thing just felt too real. It takes place in the year 2000.
Right.
It's just this weird thing. And also, too, the part of the fun is, like, as these girls are trying to navigate, like, you know, like what's, like, boys in the room, like, you know what I mean? But they're both fucking, like, 30 years old. So it's like, how are they going to pull this off? Like, is she actually going to kiss this kid? Like, what the fuck? So watching them find fun ways to dodge that or play with it is, like, fun of it, too. But as much as I felt like this was close to home for me, like, if you happen to be a lady, this is probably maybe like speak to you on a whole other level, obviously. But there was a lot of stuff where I'm like, oh shit, I didn't think they would go there. Like, you know what I mean? Where like, okay, I'm watching this woman who's playing a 15-year-old masturbate for way too long. Right. Really uncomfortable, awkward shit. But I loved it. And I can't wait to go back and finish more of it, to be honest with you. Pardon me, chest cold. But that's all I got. I got two things. I'm in and I'm out.
Well, you can segue into something that we both saw.
I think Bob might have saw it too. Did you see Bumblebee?
No, I didn't.
Okay, but Jay's got Bumblebee in his notes, and I know that I saw it. But Jay, it's on you. So you started up, and I'll agree with you probably on most of it.
Yeah, we spoke about it before,
right.
But it looks like they finally critically got a Transformers movie right.
Fucking ringing the fucking bell.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, we had spoken about the franchise, and we liked a couple of them, but some of them we agree with.
There are
moments,
for the most
part.
There are aspects. Yeah. It's not,
But here,
yeah,
we actually got proof that if you were going to take that fucking animated show and make a movie, and make it like the animated show, there's about a good 5 minutes worth of
where that cartoon show is on screen.
Oh my God, man. That I couldn't believe what I was watching in a way.
So it's about Bumblebee, but there's flashbacks to Cybertron.
Well, right, yeah.
And on that stuff is where you see all of like the Autobots.
The movie opens up at Cybertron. There's a big war there, and it tells you how Bumblebee got to Earth, what his mission was there. He's in the Beetle, the Volkswagen Bug, which was Bumblebee in the comics and the TV show.
Sure.
Haley Steinfeld, Academy Award winning, nominated actress, really does a nice job. It's a movie from the 80s. It takes you right fucking back there.
It is E.T. with a giant robot.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean?
That's basically the model. It's like feels like this was a lost 80s movie. Like they hit it on all cylinders. I recommended it to a few people. Like, you know what I mean? I was like, this is great for you and your kids. It's going to be great for you because you remember the old shit. And for your kids, it's going to be all new. But it feels like that 80s family movie where like it was good for all age groups kind of thing.
Right.
If you were a Transformers fan and you wanted a Transformers movie, and you were at that age at that time, you're going to be blown fucking away, man. You know what I mean? And listen, Michael Bay was attached to this. He was producer. But they actually got a different director on board, different writers. I think this is key. And if you're going to move forward, I think they even mentioned that they're going to do a Prime movie. Yeah,
that's the plan, kind of. The plan was, do this and see where it goes.
I hope they continue. Travis Knight did an animated film called Kubo and the Two Strings.
Right.
I already I saw that film.
Sure.
I loved it. I thought it was a great animated achievement.
So
this is the kind of... a brainchild of a director that you want for these going forward. A stash for me, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Stash for me, too.
And I can't wait to see it again, actually. It was very good.
Yeah, highly recommended. Like, the Cybertron stuff will kind of like blow your mind at the potential of doing something like that. But at the root of it, it really is a good movie.
It's a good, aside from the side which really got my gears going.
Sure.
It's a really good, friendship story of Bumblebee and the girl, and the military stuff is fun.
Right.
And even like the sugary cornball stuff, they know it's sugary and they know it's cornball.
Right, but they don't throw it on too thick. No. I mean, I almost cried once, and that was it. I'm not even kidding. I was like, am I getting welled up now?
God.
From a fucking Transformers
movie?
Open
the window, it's dry in here.
Yes, I need a friend, too, that I can hide in the garage.
So, a stash for me. I was very, very
Impressed.
Impressed by it.
Sure. Speaking of impressed, you got other stuff.
So yeah, I saw a documentary called "They Shall Not Grow Old."
Yeah, I'm aware of it.
It's a doc directed by Peter Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
Peter Jackson, of course, is known as the man that gave us Middle Earth. Need I say more?
I mean, if you're gonna, apologize for that, but okay. No,
never.
continue on.
You never apologize for that ever. Not on my watch.
Okay, sorry.
So this is a documentary about World War I, taking 100-year-old World War I footage.
Yes.
And they actually remastered it frame by frame.
It's insane.
In this amazing transformation.
I haven't seen it, but I've seen a couple of clips about the restoration.
Right.
And it's amazing.
Now,
it's amazing.
Now, if you go to the theater to see this, there is a half-hour documentary after it. It's Peter Jackson telling you everything he did.
Oh, okay, that's
cool. Which is wonderful. I'm sure it's going to be on the Blu-ray when it comes out.
Sure.
The fact that this wasn't nominated for Best Doc, I don't know what the reasons behind it was.
Right,
you know what I mean?
right.
I know it's nominated for a British Oscar.
Sure.
In docs. But if anybody wants, not too many people know too much about World War I. I mean, they know what they've read, they've seen the footage.
World War II gets all the love and attention.
But they,
I mean, let's just be honest.
But they've taken interviews of these World War II veterans from the 60s and the 70s, and they, your microphone.
Oh, is that what that smell is?
Yeah. Sorry.
Oh, okay. It's out now.
Bill just set his microphone on fire.
Just a little bit.
So these veterans, they did interviews in the 60s and 70s. Peter Jackson went through hours and hours and hours of footage. But to really fine-tune exactly what this man did.
Right.
To actually tell a story within his doc.
Sure.
I can't do it justice. You need to go and watch it.
All right.
You know what I mean? So
fine. Then I will.
I'm sure it'll be on Blu-ray soon. But seeing that on the big screen was something to behold.
All right.
That's your best documentary of the year, I think. Not to shit on Mr. Rogers. But yeah, I think this is a little bit more important.
Well.
Not that Fred Rogers ain't important. And I saw Spider-Man, Spideyverse Adventures. And the Spideyverse Adventures. And I enjoyed myself. I think maybe that the hype got on this a little too much.
Okay.
That, everybody's saying just how amazing it is. It's winning all these awards and everything. Yeah. So I went in there and I really enjoyed myself. I laughed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I had a good time. There were some things I couldn't believe.
That they were just doing.
That they were doing and everything. I liked it.
Okay.
I thought it was good. I think there's better animated films this year.
Right.
That's me.
Right. Okay.
But I really enjoyed myself. I'd like to see more of this kind of animation going in the future, Stash. But I don't think. Well, I think it's maybe a high cash.
Okay.
I think it got caught up in the hype a little bit.
All right.
But that said, it's a really damn good movie.
All right. I'll take your word for it.
Yeah. It didn't make my top 10 of the year.
Right. I get that. Yeah, I think it got a lot of super nerd love. You know what I mean? Just because it's doing so much of what it's doing is like the stuff that the real nerds just never thought they would see in any shape or form. Yeah, so they're like,
Last I'll say on this, as a fan of comic books, like I said, I'm gonna watch it again. I loved a lot of it. It's getting a lot of award consideration. It's probably going to win the Oscar, and I'm fine with that. You know what I mean? I feel like other animated movies that did they did more with less.
Okay, fair enough.
And I really was taken with Isle of Dogs, and to me that was my favorite animated movie this year. Okay. But I'm not pissing on this movie.
No.
I think it just got a little too caught up in the hype.
Okay.
But it's very damn good. Especially Nick Cage.
Oh, that Nick.
As a noir Spider-Man. And it's fantastic. It really is fantastic.
Oh, that Nick Cage. All right. So I guess it's about time, kids. We'll
What time is it, Bill?
It's time to go to the chat room and see what they did with the chat room game.
Ooh.
Yeah, you know, because
that could be fun.
It could be. We don't have a lot, but we got just enough. So
well, they should be good at this kind of thing by now.
Well, let's find out. The game was zombie songs. Make a song about zombies. 100 zombies on the wall. Yeah.
What?
Okay. Yeah. You know, like 100 bottles on the wall. Take one down, pass it around. Deadheads, roly-poly deadheads. Like fish heads.
Okay, like fish heads. Okay. That's actually not bad. It's a little deep.
I don't know what song this is. Thomas K. Zombia, you're always on the run now. Running after someone. You got to eat him somehow. Not catching the original song.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. She's got brains, and she knows how to eat them.
Okay, that's good.
Hey, Bob, you remember the metal band, the Lone Rangers?
No.
Remember Airheads?
Airheads.
We need a tangent button. I need a button that I can just ring when, like, tangents for no...
So he says
just buy a taser.
Yeah, I know. I got the connection that you made.
I didn't.
It was an Airheads reference because he heard the word heads.
Oh, okay.
Therefore.
I got you. Airheads, right.
Don't go decaying my heart.
Okay, not
bad. Please don't start the fire. It stopped burning when Rich Grimes went churning.
I need a little bit more bourbon.
Yeah, for some of these, yeah. We can't stop the dead people. Oh, boy.
We can't.
Ring of Fire, but don't even change the lyrics. Yeah, maybe.
Okay.
Dirty, rotten, filthy, stinking, decayed.
Watch your mouth.
Yeah. Just not catching some of these references, kids, but that's all right. They can't all be fucking perfect. You know, maybe it's me. Maybe I'm the ass.
Maybe we're just not catching the references.
Yeah, it might be one of these things where because it's music and they're replacing the lyrics, it's like it's not...
They're going with newer stuff than we're familiar with, maybe.
Well, maybe that too. Maybe it's just about the fact that, you know, replacement lyrics.
So my Airheads...
yeah, true.
Mention didn't was a plus in this.
No, it's never.
Do we need Brendan Fraser back?
No, well, not for this. Yeah, I don't know. It was a little bit of a thud. Sorry, kids.
Brendan Fraser, Steve Buscemi.
I'm aware of the movie.
Adam Sandler.
You know,
it's fun.
2 out of 3. One out of 3 ain't bad.
If you were a metalhead back then, you liked that movie.
Yeah, it shouldn't matter.
Lemmy's in it too, actually. Briefly.
Airheads, yeah.
Yeah, well, you know. I was never that impressed.
Because he is God, after all.
Well, I was never really that impressed with Airheads. But that's
it's a middling movie.
It's a you know, a throwaway kind of film.
Oh yeah. That's I think that's probably why I wasn't that impressed with it. Because for me, I was just like, yeah, I get it. Some funny stuff here or there. All right. So I guess we'll jump over to emails.
Lots and lots of emails.
We're finishing early today, huh?
Well, this is gotta see what happens with the emails. It could drag.
It could.
How many we got?
If you have to count the ones from the prince in Nigeria, go ahead.
Oh, okay. Two.
There you go. One popped in.
No, it was just that like last time I was in here, I guess I had selected a bunch of these, and I was like, why are these? We didn't get 8 emails from James and Wesley. Like, why are they all selected? All right, so first one here is actually from James had sent this for last week's show. It's another long run-on email. He's all pissed off because Travelers, he had just started watching it on Netflix and got canceled. That's a time travel show with Eric McCormick. I had watched some of the first season. I fell off, not on purpose. It was all right. I meant to get back on it. I know a few people who were like, yo, man, great twists. So, sorry, dude. That's kind of like how he puts it, too. It was an interesting show, nice plot, some fun excitement, and then this morning, it got canceled. So, he goes into a lot of stuff about the show. He starts describing some scenes. I'm going to skip over that. He's literally taking me through his Netflix experience. I mean, come on. Yeah, so now he's talking about the stuff we already covered with the zombie stuff. The guy who did Dawn of the Dead, the one with the people in the mall. Got a greenlit basic plot. Remember the box office flop Heist? The guys robbed the bank during the hurricane. Well, we placed a hurricane with zombies in Vegas, and now you got the new movie. But with a $90 million budget. Maybe it'll be watchable. All right, a question. This is the part that always gets me, he says. Do I have to ask a question? Isn't the fact that I remember to email you guys enough? Granted, I tend to send an email once a week simply to hear Bill say, fuck you to Jay for me. But he doesn't say it. He didn't put one in there for you, Jay.
Well, fuck James, man.
Well, that's not right. That's not right. So, other email from Wesley. James, thanks for the email. I did say that the email was a week old, buddy. Don't worry. He's in the chat room like, it's a week old. I'm like, I know. So this one from Wesley is a week old as well. His question. If you could play Dungeons and Dragons with any 3 people, dead or alive, who would you pick for Dungeons and Dragons?
Ozzy, Lemmy, and Jesus Christ. Just to see how it goes.
Jeez, you think this show is tangential? Imagine that escapade. It's not bad.
I think I know Bill's.
Who would you say?
For Bill, be Stephen King.
Right.
That's actually not bad.
Stan Lee. And Neil Gaiman.
That's actually a pretty good 3.
It's not bad. It's not bad. I'll give Jay his. Martin Scorsese, Quentin Tarantino, and Roger Corman.
You know what? That's good.
It's not a bad. I'd play with those guys too. It's not a bad group. But
I would substitute Roger Corman for Margot Robbie, maybe.
Well, that's. I forgot the other aspect of you. I didn't represent properly in that breakdown. No, it's actually not a bad group for me. I wasn't gonna say Stan. Stephen King was actually in my head, and then I started thinking, well, no, Stephen King you want as the dungeon master. Yeah. You want him to make up the story. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then again, like I started thinking about anybody else that I was pulling in. I'm like, oh, these are all writer types. And then you rattled off like 3 writer types. So it's like, yeah, you know, yeah, Stan Lee could be my dungeon master. I'd have no problem with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd even play with Bob's 3.
Stan Lee's almost a given for you because why would you not want to play with him?
I feel like, but Stan is like too nice. I feel like Stan might be the kind of guy like, that's fine, do whatever you want. Like that's nice, yeah, that's great, that's nice. Yes. Comic book, it's comic books. You know, I made a monster like this myself once. Like I was drunk and I think I did it in 3 minutes, but it's fine. Yeah, so I guess that's it.
I like Bauer Fetz. You might get the SAG card with that group.
Yeah. Oh, he called you out, right? That's true. That's true. All right, so
Roger Corman is responsible for many of SAG card. Believe me.
Well, you know,
including Dick Miller. May he rest in peace. And Oreo the Raccoon too.
I see we got somebody new in the chat room. Crystal Rocks. I don't know if she's still in there.
Can I have Oreo the Raccoon SAG card?
Let's say hello to Crystal Rocks. You want Oreo's SAG card?
He might have one.
He might have one.
Did Benji have a SAG card? He had to, right?
Benji? Yeah. I think Benji, the dog.
I'm telling you.
He worked a lot.
Like the grizzly bear that they kept using for 20 years.
Right.
The one from The Edge.
Okay.
And the bear.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Bart the bear.
Yeah, the one they kept alive because he was just old
20.
and mellow.
He got a SAG card, man.
Well, I mean, it makes sense.
He has third billing under Alec Baldwin and Anthony Hopkins, man.
Well, I want to know who's just under him. Like who's fucking raging that the bear got billing over him. Charlize Theron's like, I am not putting up with this shit.
Listen, it's a legitimate credit.
Look, as long as you're getting something. As long as you're getting your credits.
They could have CGI'd the thing, and they didn't.
That's true. That's true. just looking in the chat room to see what people were saying.
Can this be labeled Bart the Bear episode?
Bart the Bear for no.
Oreo and Bart.
So let me see here. James is like, yo, I sent a couple of attachments, and I will say that Wesley sent a couple of attachments. I will say that the clip of me, I actually already have. It's just not loaded up right now, but he had sent that before. And I didn't transfer these over to the soundboard, Wes. I'm sorry. But he's got a little quick clip of something that he's working on for episode 200.
Ooh. Isn't that soon?
Yeah. And
he knows he's working for slave wages, right?
Yeah. Nothing. Okay. Well, he's working for less than that because at least the slaves you had to feed them.
Good.
At least slave labor you have to feed. Okay. Yeah. So he's working on a little bit of like a best of kind of compilation thing, I think. So I'll have to play this for you guys next week because I just don't have it set up here. And I apologize to Wesley for that. I was just
fucking apologizing, not the asshole.
It's all I know how to do.
Someone's in my fruit cellar.
What? What is that from?
Oh my God, man! Come on.
I'm sorry. Revoke my fucking nerd card. It's not ringing a bell.
It's not even a nerd card, man. That's Evil Dead 2.
Oh well.
Which you saw only once, probably.
Yeah, exactly right. That's exactly the case. Well, Evil Dead 2. No, I might have seen that more than once.
Someone with a fresh.
Because that was the funny shit. The beginning part of it, anyway.
Yeah.
With the hand and the plate and all that good stuff.
That's classic shit, bro.
Classic.
That is. I'm laughing now at it. It's great.
Slapstick.
Oh, it's fun.
Didn't see. The greatest part is like you just don't see it coming. Too.
No.
The lamp
it's
laughing.
totally left field at the moment because you're expecting a totally serious thing.
The lamp is laughing and he's doing that.
Oh, that's like some of the best stuff too. Some of that'll sit with you forever. So yeah.
The Necronomicon Ex Mortis.
Yeah, so Battlefet's like, see, now Jay knows that I listened to the Great Gotham Lights episode.
Thank you, Barrafet.
Which was sweet.
Thank you, Sammy and Henno again.
Yeah, that was nice of them to let you in the building.
Much thank you.
They let you into their little bat cave.
Yes, it was. It was fun. I loved them to death.
To death.
Is that your way of saying you killed them?
Yeah, that you would murder them?
No, never.
No, just checking.
Never.
I mean, I think, if you had to.
Agent first contact, maybe.
If they made you, if they pushed your buttons, we understand.
Gotcha.
So, Bill.
Yes, Agent Shuttlecraft.
Agent Shuttlecraft.
Oh, okay.
Christ.
So,
Christmas.
Inside jokes all over the place, folks.
Agent Space Seed.
Hey-oh.
Hey-oh, ladies and gentlemen.
Agent Botany Bay.
Botany Bay.
I'm telling you.
We got to get out of here. Damn.
Gonna be in a holodeck all weekend. All right, so yeah, I'm just looking it over. We really don't got anything left. So this is the end of the show.
I'm glad I rushed through my news.
Well, I am too, because it's like, sometimes we go on about stuff, and I'm just like, oh my God, are we really going on about stuff still? Can't call it. It's not on you. But yeah, that's gonna wrap it up for this week.
Bart the Bear.
For this part. But if you're listening live, stick around.
Agent Balmer, put up a picture of Bart the Bear for me in the chat room, please.
Chop, chop.
Because Jay wants to remember what the bear looks like. He might dress up as a bear for his next audition.
So a chop, chop there, chowderhead.
All right. So
I don't know why I said it's like left field.
So we're gonna wrap it up here.
Come on.
Well, what do you want me to do, Jay?
14?
Yeah, it's an hour and 14 minutes. Is that not? It's not good enough.
I got a Blu-ray review for you.
But you can't just spring that on me.
Oh, yes, I can.
Wait a minute.
I got a Blu-ray review.
We need something for the after show.
So, guys, all right. Uncle Jay's thing. On the Twitter.
Okay. All right. So, like I was saying, this is where we're going to wrap it up. People, if you want to support the show every week, the Patreon people, they're the ones that make it happen. And you can too. Support the show. You go to get cool perks and stuff like that. Go to patreon.com/Wicked Theory. You can check out our merch if you want to help us out.
Oh, we got merch?
Fucking
Agent Bomber put a fucking Wikipedia of Bart the Bear.
Yeah. He put, you ask and you shall receive, Jay. I mean, I don't know why that's amazing.
Oh, that's Bart.
Anyway, yeah. So teespring.com/stores/Wicked Theory shop, or just go to wickedtheory.com. There's a link there.
Bart was 23 when he died.
In bear years.
He was 23.
Well, how many is that in bear years?
I don't know. He was born in January 19th, 1977. And he died May the 10th, 2000.
He's a year younger than me.
He was a male Alaskan Kodiak bear.
All right. Could you take him in a fight?
I can. He was in The Bear, White Fang, Legends of the Fall, and The Edge.
And The Edge, of course. He's a thespian. He only acts with the best.
He made his film debut. It's great. Thank you, Agent Palmer. You just made my day.
Maybe you'll get more about The Bear in the after show. If you're listening live, stick around. It's this kind of stuff you're waiting for. And if you miss it, you can find it on our Patreon. That's where we put all the after shows. Slow and Steady wins the race with those. Please don't hate me.
BartTheBear.com.
BartTheBear.com. Of course he has a website.
He was the bear at Great Outdoors.
Oh, that makes sense.
Big Bear chased me. Big Bear chased me.
Man.
All right.
Maybe that's why I'm coughing. I got those city lungs.
Yes, exactly.
All right. Rock and roll. You can find Uncle Jay at Uncle Jay's Thing on Twitter. Brother Bob.
At Bob WTPC.
You can find
on the Twitter.
On the Twitter. You can find me at Wicked Theory. Like I said, you can find the show, wickedtheory.com, or wherever good podcasts are given away for free. I think that's kind of going to wrap it up. I mean, I'll start the outro music just in case. Yeah, that's official.
Yeah, now it's official.
This is the wrap-up music.
I love you, Oreo.
This episode dedicated to a raccoon named Oreo. This has been the Wicked Theory Podcast, and for that, we apologize.
The Wicked Theory Podcast is heard live every Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern until whenever. Just go to mixler.com/wicked-theory. Mixler is MIXLR. Sign up to join the chat. Then click the follow button to get reminders whenever the show goes live. You can find the show on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play Music, wherever good podcasts are given away for free, and at wickedtheory.com. You can support the show at patreon.com/wickedtheory. There you can get the after show if you miss it live. God forbid. Plus other exclusive episodes. As always, send your emails to podcast@wickedtheory.com.